Hello everyone, hope you're having a great day. Today we are not cooking but growing mushrooms. That sounds insane, but it's actually not hard to do. And the mushrooms grow so quickly. Look at how big they are. So first things first, you want to get lots of dried hay. I have lots of it in my shed, so I'm just going to go in there and grab a basket full of it. This would be enough for around 3 bags of mushrooms. After that, you want to cut the hay up into smaller pieces with a scissor. This is going to take a while, so be very patient. After you get a large amount of cut dried hay, you want to then put it in hot water to kill the germs and other things in there. If you're growing mushrooms, you have to make sure to not grow anything else. After the hay starts to shrink in the pot, mix it around for a bit. This hay is used as the soil for the mushrooms. Dry the hay out and put them in another pot. After that, you want to get rid of the rest of the water in the hay. Put on gloves and twist a bunch of hay one at a time to get the water out. Don't worry if it still feels wet. When the hay is done, time for cutting the mushrooms. Before you do that, make sure to clean the cutting board and the knife with a disinfecting wipe. Then, open up the mushroom you want to grow. Make sure to wear gloves when doing any of these steps. Wait for the cutting board and the knife to dry to place the mushrooms down. You should only cut the stem parts of the mushroom and not the cap. Chop into thin pieces. After you're finished chopping, put them on one side. Now it's finally time to plant them. Grab 2 bags to put the mushrooms in. I'm using milk bags, but you can also just use plastic transparent bags. Just make sure to put them in a relatively dark place, like in your garage. For each bag, you want to alternate between adding a handful of hay and adding some cut up mushrooms. You should only use one type of mushroom per bag. Now repeat the same for the second bag. Fill it all the way up. After all that's finished, release the air inside the bags and tie them up. Put them in a dark and chill place, like this spare bathroom I have, and wait. Now it's time for the results. Remember, this might be different from yours. After 2 or 3 days, you can clearly see that some fuzzy mold has been growing from the hay. After a week or two, you can see that the fungi is starting to actually grow. Those are little tiny mushrooms. A few days later, you can really see the mushrooms starting to grow. Even as big as those, you can now actually pick them and eat them. So that's it. That's how you grow mushrooms at home. We can now use these to cook other meals without having to buy mushrooms.